Let's see what Yume sent me. I got a bad motor, which was not actually Yume's fault. My thread stripped, so on the axle. So I needed a new motor anyways, but I tried to fix it myself by adding metal to it and then grinding it down and putting new threads on it, and it worked. But the heat, I think, somehow got to the, what do you call it? I don't know, something with the copper maybe. Oh, and they sent me new brake pads. So as I was demonstrating why I believe my motor was bad and not something else, they heard my brakes making a little noise. So Yume was like, okay, we'll go, we hear this, we hear that, and then we agree with you with the motor. It must be the motor. And then we also hear your brakes making noise. Would you like new brake pads and rotors? And I'm like, sure. I mean, I do use them a lot. I am pretty rough on the brakes. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, what else? You know, just in case if something goes wrong. So I told them one of these, and they sent me two of these, just in case if it ever goes out. They wanted to make it, was like a one-time shipping deal, hopefully, because I'm sure it does not, or I'm sure it's not cheap for them to just ship, you know, replacement parts or free parts for me or anything like that. So we were just trying to think out of the box just in case. And what is this? Oh, yes. So the clear piece, the protector piece, came off of my original lights. So they sent me two of those. Very nice. And of course, I only needed one. Those are my brake pads. They're so tiny. Nice. So I got new brake pads as well. And then I made a design, and I believe I posted it for you guys. Oh, that's for the motor. And I posted it on the Yume page. But let me see, what is a screw kit? Okay, so that's just a screw kit. And the little plastic caps. Cool. And then the plug. But look at this. This is their new design that they're working on for the new Predator, or all their new designs, I'm guessing, because this is for the head bolt. And what they did is they did set screws. Wow, they did 3 set screws. So instead of using a second nut or anything like that, now they have it so that you can set the set screw so the bolt does not come loose. That's awesome. So that's going to be on the new scooters. And I'm pretty sure they're going to put them on all the new scooters. And this, my friends, is, wow, even a new tire, a new motor. Free of charge. Yume, they have been awesome. I don't even know how I found them. Alright, I'm back. So, sorry, my girlfriend came home from work and I didn't think you guys wanted to hear her coming in. But yeah, so Yume, I don't know how I found them online, to be honest, but I did. And the reason why I went with them in the first place was it was one of those things where you really get your bang for your buck. So I got the new motor. I'm gonna put it on right now, but I'm gonna change the tire, which I've never done before. I've taken the motor off plenty of times, so that's easy. I'll show you guys how to do it. So the only thing, and they said they're gonna work on it for the new motors. If you guys look, the only, out of this whole entire scooter, the only complaint that I had was, I don't know how they don't think about it, but after you put the washers on, right? This is like a set washer, right? So it holds it in place. Right now it's easy because all this is tight. But you see that? There's only two threads to grab. That amount of threads is good. Right? I don't know if the camera's on it. and if you could really see, but after you put this on, very little threads to grab onto. This side's more than this side though. I've tried to lose one of the washers, it wasn't good, so you have to have the amount of washers they put on it. But anyways, so I'm going to do it just to make life, well, that's too small, but I'm gonna need that for up here. You can do it with the pads on, but just to make life easier, I'm gonna take this off, and I recommend taking it off from these two bolts, only because if you take these off, this is how you align the brake pads with the rotors, right? So you'd have to realign it again. So if you don't take these off, but you take it off by these two, then that will help you where you don't have to realign it anymore or ever again. I've learned that lesson once. So, and then of course, so power tools, taking them off, not a big deal. Power tools, putting them back on, you have to be very careful. You don't want to strip them. You want to make sure they go in the right way. But the nice thing, I have a torque setup, and I know that drill very well, so I kind of know what numbers to put it on for what kind of size bolts you're doing. You're gonna want to take this off, and that's why you need the fender off. And then of course just do that. So this won't come off until you loosen the suspension bolts, because it's all one piece and it clamps it on. So technically this wheel really won't fall off without this. You know, if you don't have these on, as long as these stay tight, honestly your wheel's pretty safe. But obviously going 60 miles an hour, I'd be scared to trust that. I believe it's, this one? Yep, okay. So you gotta loosen these two. Go ahead and extend that. And this one's bent. They're going to send me new ones, but they got some stronger ones. Okay, see how that came loose? And that's it. And I added this strap onto it. So we're going to take that off. Don't need that, since we are placing that. Okay, that's it. And let's go ahead and do it on the non-rotor side, right? Just in case. So that's how you take the wheel off. Now what we're gonna do, I already got the battery out from last time I used it. So I cheated. I know it's not the greatest in looks, but it makes life a lot easier. I like to take this off a lot, look at things, change things out. So what I did was cut out around the screws, because this started peeling off from the glue. So I re-glued it, and I just made the holes, and it makes it that much easier. Is that smaller? Of course. Of course it is. So tired of spam calls. Okay, so the front motor was not connected, so that I was able to still use it. So now we have to take this off. And that's what these are for. I got these on Amazon. Forgot what they're called, but they are exactly for this kind of work. I think this one. So now, of course, I drop it. So which side was it on? Could have sworn. Oh, this side. I was about to say, no, I can. So you want to push those little clips in and down. And that's how you take them off. And now I did take a picture a while ago of the color coordination. So you guys, there's two different ways to do it. The first one, you could take a picture of the pins, how it lines up with the box. Let's put that in here. All right. But I found an easier way. I'll show you guys. I'll keep that with that. Oh, spam calls piss me off. Okay, that's it. Now, of course, it's easier, but you'll see how this works once I put the other one on. So you got 3 washers on that side, 3 washers on that side. So now, let's go ahead and take the rotor off, because I'm going to keep the old ones on for now. Oh, they gave me a new rotor? Oh, they didn't. Okay, good. I mean, they gave me a new set, but I didn't need all that extra, you know? So we're going to take this off. You don't want to take a chance of damaging it, so I would recommend taking it off before changing a tire. Only because you barely put any pressure on that and you're going to bend it. Alright, let's see how hard it is to change a tire. You're gonna need this. Going to need... Are they not in here? Oh no. What would I have done with my tire changes? Oh, I know where they are. I might just skip or fast forward through this. There we are. Done a lot of dirt bikes before, so oops, don't want those. Let the air out. First thing you want to do is break the bead. There we go. I should make a 3D design where I can hold this rim flat against the ground, you know, like something that hits this right here, but high enough so this isn't touching the ground. But right now you want to break the bead no matter what first. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and make it a little easier. What do I want to use? This stuff. You know what? No. That's going to be a little too much. You know what? I'm going to try without it first, guys. Usually lubricating it makes it easier, but it's a pretty soft tire, so I don't want to get soap all over the place if I don't have to. So now, what you do, you go to pull this, you want to push this down, right? And that gives you all that extra space. See that? And the nice thing is we don't have any tubes to pinch. Ah, of course. Let's see if I could grab a lot more tire. Nope. That one sucks. Okay. All right. And now, okay. And then you should be able to really just maybe push it. Old rim, don't care if I scratch it, but the new rim I will. So if you okay. Now I'm pretty sure there's a direction to it. But I'll figure that out with this one. Let's see. So we already know. Let's go ahead and take the air out. Oh, they didn't even give me a cap. No cap. Wow, no air. Okay. I'm gonna keep those on to protect the threads, right? But, so this is the front. And you already know it rolls this way. So the way these are directed, these would be the front. So when you put the new one on, you know, you kind of just remember that. Same thing. Let's go ahead and break. Oh, wow, this tire's so much stiffer. It's so new. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's gonna be a little harder to take off. A lot harder. Okay. Alright, make sure you break the bead. Wow, this tire is so stiff. So new. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Push down with your knee. And you can see how the tire caves in. It gives you extra tire rubber. And then that. So see how it's giving you a hard time? Go ahead. Try and push down. Okay. Yeah, what's up? Why not? Okay. Yeah, this is how many spam calls I get a day right now. Okay. And it feels like they already have some pre-lube on this one. Don't you go back in. Jeez. This tire's stiff. I don't want to scratch it, so we'll use the tape side. Still going to, but okay. Ah, I had it too. I had it. But you guys get the point, right? Not too shabby. Way better than doing a dirt bike or a street bike tire. I got a machine for that now, but doing that by hand is way worse than doing this. I just can't keep that on. My gosh. About to just... Trying to get the tool out so I don't hurt my knee. There we go. Okay, that's the way to do it. Just use your knee. Okay, so obviously the wheel goes that way. This goes that way. So now, that's the bad motor. Never mind, putting this on. So it goes this way, okay? So this is the front, wheeling this way. Okay. And now, sometimes you should just be able to do that. Nice. And then, of course, you're going to want to push this as much as you can. Which, this rim is just so small, but now, just walk it on. Yeah, it just wants to slip, but this one doesn't scratch. Okay, this should be the last one. That's it. And now you do this. What it does is it bulges the tire out because of all the little kinks and bends you put in it. And then that should help seal the tire. Really? And honestly, as small as this tire is, I don't think you need to pop the bead on with quicker air. So I think you should be able to put this valve stem back in or part. Wow, that's really small. This won't even fit it, will it? Oh, it does. And that's it. That actually wasn't that bad. Now, the new scooters are going to have a quick disconnect, which if I get the okay from them and they'll replace it if I mess up, which I don't think I will, I want to make my own quick disconnect. That's going to be my next mod. I just got to figure out what gauge wires these are. And then all you get is waterproof disconnect for 3. And then these are like 20, 22s, 20s. And you got to get a 5-wire quick disconnect. Amazon, AliExpress has them all over. All you got to do is cut it. Use one quick disconnect for this one. Use another one for these 5. And you don't have to take all this off. So anyways, let's go ahead and do this. This side's supposed to have 3. They gave me 2. Not sure if it's a different spacer. No, it looks... It looks about this... Ooh, that one might look bigger. Maybe I'll try to. I don't know why, but that does. That looks... Where the washer is. Might not need a extra spacer. We'll find out. Oh, that's that side. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna put 3, because that's how the old one is. Alright, we will put that cable facing that way. You want that cable on top, and alright, and then I like to hold it by my finger just so the scooter weight goes back down. Wow, look at these. Oh my god, they did. They gave us more axle. Oh, they gave us so much more thread. Huh, I told them about it. I wonder if my advice meant anything. Look at that. Look how much more thread I've got. Oh, they did it. They fixed the only thing that wasn't absolutely perfect on this scooter. And they fixed it, guys. They actually... Oh, no. I forgot to put the rotor on. Oh, don't do that. We all make mistakes. Getting a little too excited. See, I won't fall off with these off. So these are important. I had to take them off in the back tire because they started stripping already. But, oh, I'm gonna have to write them, tell them great job. Great job. They made these longer. The only complaint about this whole scooter. And of course, I always want more power, but that ain't a complaint. That's just me being me. Okay, so I don't recommend doing this, guys. You want to finger it in first, but if you go really slow, just to make sure it gets in there. Right, just go very slow till you know it's caught, and you're not going to strip it because that color polish, I'm guessing it's aluminum. Even easier to strip, but alright, that's not tight enough. Okay, let's do this again. 2 2 on the right side, cable side, 3 on the left side. And then you want this to be wrapped around on top. I've learned that lesson before. And easy. Hold it with the leg. All you gotta do is push it up and over. As long as that falls in, it will hold. Nice design they made. But now they got all this thread. Look at all that. Oh, these spam calls, man. India. Medicaid, Medicare. They won't leave me alone. I'm 40. I'm not 60. Yeah. Okay. So now let's just go ahead and do that. So this goes up, in, around, like that. Then this, I believe, goes to this one. Okay. I put that over here. Oh, wrong one. What does that go to? I don't even remember yet. Oh, that goes to that. Okay, so that's this one. Which, of course, is going to be the bigger one. Right? And then up it to 12. Should not need that size anymore. Okay. And then that. And then of course, zip tie that. I'll do that later. So right now, we'll go ahead and feed that through like this. And feed that first, then this. Look at that. Okay. And then the extras. Yes, that's right. Okay. So I'm gonna try and take this and twist it this way so that it loops up. Yes. Boom. Okay. So let's go ahead. I don't know which one. Okay. 8. I'm gonna cheat. Okay. So, as you guys can see, G is for green. Now, for some reason, they have it where the motor side goes on first, and then this side. Make sure you have your batteries disconnected. Just turn these off. I mean, there's no power or anything like that, but you have resistors in here that still holds a certain amount of power, so you don't want to take a chance of anything, even though I about guarantee it won't hurt anything. But just in case, go ahead and turn your breakers off. And when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter what direction. You know, yellow could be over here, green could be over here. That don't matter. Just make sure green goes to green, yellow goes to yellow, blue goes to blue. Okay. I need to put this on vibrate. Okay, so that's that. I will put the other one on this video. So now this part, okay? So make sure you get the one coming out of the motor box, okay? And you see how you already got the colors, right? So all you gotta do technically is just put that on, and then you match the colors. So that's why you don't really have to be too stressed about remembering the order. So black is top left, right? Red is top right. If I could grab it. Right, and then blue, green. Okay. And now let's see if the front motor works. Alright. Everything else is connected. So now, the test. The real test. I like to put this in kind of halfway. Make sure. Okay. Alright, so right now we don't have to connect the charging ports, but and that was a problem. Okay, back. My girl came out and said hi from her because she's hurting right now. So, everything works. I did the night diagnostic test, and I sent Yume videos of how I knew it was the motor, and they loved it. So, they actually want me to start working on your guys' scooters when you guys have problems and they need somebody in California or something close by. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'm willing to do it, but it works. So I'm just glad I was right, and it was the motor. And the reason why it all happened is because the thread stripped, and I welded some new threads on it, and it must have got too hot. But so I have to give credit due to Yume. They really listen to you guys' feedback. So when you guys do have feedbacks, let them know in the nicest way, but let them know, because they definitely take it in consideration. And if they like your thoughts, they will do it. My biggest complaint was the threads, and oh my gosh, they doubled, tripled the amount of threads now. So there's no way this is gonna strip again. The back one, this is kind of stripping, but I know that side is done. Once I take this tire back off, I am pretty sure I'm done. I won't have threads to put back on it. And now I know I can't heat it up to put new threads on it. So I know I'm gonna have to buy a back motor because once I take this off, I already know it's gonna be done and destroyed, sadly. But it happens, you know, learning curves. But I gotta give Yume credit because I told them about 3 months ago about the threads, and they said, okay, we'll, you know, give it to the techs, the engineers, let them know about it. And voila, I mean, they haven't even got the new motor out, or they haven't even got the new Predator out. I heard it's gonna be a few more months, so maybe a little longer. They're working on some bugs, but like I made this 3D print, right, that holds the water pump. I just double-sided taped this to hold it there, which doesn't really hold it too well, but it's okay. But the water pump I wanted to hold. But the fact that I told them this like 3 months ago, and they just gave me a new motor and they're already longer, right there. I mean, Yume deserves all the credit because they listen. They want you guys to review stuff. They want you guys to help them out with designs and, you know, what you think would work and be better. And you know what? I got to give it to them. They listen. They actually do listen. So let me see. Yeah, that one's too big. Let me go ahead and I got small ones. I love this design. I wouldn't mind seeing another one back here so we don't have to zip tie it every time we take it off. Man. Okay. All right. Okay, so I put the other screw on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed this down here in the hole. Feed that down there as well. Feed this under that charging because I don't want it to pull on that. That just moved. Okay, not loose. So I don't want to mess up that charging port. All right, put that in the center. This get taped. It's the construction Velcro, so if it gets dirty, it still works. And then, of course, as you guys saw, I have these from Amazon. I use this for all sorts of things. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and I didn't think that through, did I? All right, let's see. Wasn't the other one black? Oh yeah, I did have a cover, didn't it? I don't feel like taking that off and putting it on. Not that big of a deal. And they had that zip tie to hold it, but honestly, you don't need it. And you don't even need it this long, but I don't mind. So I'll have it about right there. Okay. Way longer than I need it, but that's okay. And good. See that? Does not pull on it, doesn't tug on it, but I like it where it keeps it close and nice looking. Cool. So that's all put back together, right? Now we need to fit this through this and in between that. Well, that's probably why that doesn't stay on. It's a tight fit, just like that. I like it all the way forward because it gives more space for the opening. Too big. So I wasn't done with that piece. Okay. Loosen it. I like to start it off first, push it all the way forward, and then clamp it down. Okay. And then, of course, let's go ahead and connect battery charging leads. And then we just push that under. And it gives it that nice, clean look. Love it. Love their design. They did a smart job. And now so this is where it makes it so much easier. I like to just slightly put it on. This one's stripped, came like that, but and then I like to push this all the way forward. And then snug it on. And that's it. And of course I got the keys, I'll lock that. They're on. Easy enough, right? And I've already tied these. Zip tied that. No line, no noise. And this I like to just kind of fold up. Oh, it used to stay. Oh, did I put in the wrong one? No, okay. Being on plastic, don't want it that tight. Alright, that's on. Everything's good. I'm going to keep this design that I made with the double nut for now, but I want to put theirs on and try it. But that's it. Mess is done, cleaned, and it works. Alright, that's it. So that was changing the motor, changing the tire, technically, you know, taking the brakes off, doing the wiring. And I like this. It's so close to the frame. So, and nothing gets tugged. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think and if there's anything else. Next video I gotta make is I gotta replace this light. See, the plastic cover's on. And this is all loose and broken, so that's why they sent me 2 more of those. And I will do that next. Haven't done that yet. Oh, don't forget. I want to do this one first. So this one is bent, this bolt. I bent the suspension bolt. You know, I'm jumping and hitting some stuff. So I'm afraid it's gonna one day strip out, but they're gonna give me some stronger ones. But I might just, I took the measurement of them, and I might just go to a hardware store and find some grade 8 ones. Grade 8 are the strongest, one of the strongest ones you could get. And I might just go get my own, but alright, now it's done. And that's it, guys. That's it. Thank you for watching.